G'day, my name is Craig and welcome to my channel. Now that the squid has graduated from its mould, it leaves me with a mould that's free to be filled, and it is going to be done by this particular one here. Now this one is called Stella Starlet, named after the starlet sea anemone, or its proper name, Nematostella vectensis. If you take the part of the genus name and match it with its common name of starlet, you get Stella Starlet. And why did I call it that? Well, as soon as I saw it, I thought, well, this looks like the body of a sea anemone. These tentacles coming out of here went further up here. This piece was about this long, so about another 50 millimeters or so lengthwise. Unfortunately, it is like the wolf, comes from the same piece of wood as the wolf came from. It is pretty narrow, so I've had to do a few things here. I've put in a back piece here, back strip. It's about 5 millimeters, 6 millimeters it gave us. And I have, as in the wolf, I've added an extra couple of pieces on either side here. So, and I think they sort of match in okay. You get these lines here, they sort of go in, they sort of match, blend in alright. So I think it's worked out okay. Now, this particular piece of lumber that, as I said, had both this and the wolf on, is the most resonant piece of Blackheart Sassafras wood that I've come across so far. Now, I can hardly wait to see either of those guitars finished. This one I'll also be giving away to someone on YouTube when it's finished, and I wouldn't count on that until toward the end of the year if the weather permits, but it'll also be given away to someone. It hasn't been thickness properly yet. We're down to about 4 millimeters, I think, 4 or 5 millimeters, 4.2 millimeters. If we have a little bit of a listen though, there's a low lingering frequencies in this. So I think it's going to be quite special, this one and the wolf. As I said, I'd like to really see both of these built just to see what they sound like. If a piece of Blackheart Sassafras that sounds like a wet bag makes a nice guitar, what's one that sounds pretty reasonable going to sound like? Be interesting to see. So, if we have a look at this one here, you might be able to see some of the patterns in it. We sprayed a little. It's a gorgeous piece of wood, this one. Now it has, I have trouble seeing it, I imagine, but there is quite a bit of chatoyance in this area here. There's actually flame going through most of it as well. A light flame, but it's certainly there. It will come up okay once it's polished up and finished. So not only is it going to hopefully sound very special, it's going to look special as well. I think it is anyway. And pairing with this, I have a relatively new piece of wood. This is Caucasian spruce from the Caucasus, and I have never really come across any guitars that have had Caucasian spruce in them. And I like just touching this one here, you can feel it's almost singing as it is. Now we're at about, I haven't thicknessed this one, we're at about 4.5 millimeters, so there's a fair way to go there. But I'll have a little bit of a listen to this one as well. Has a lingering frequencies as well. Yes, it certainly sounds very promising. So that's going to be quite interesting. And the sides, now this one's going to be for the woof. It's a dreadnought size, and with a little bit of this darker pattern going in here. This is going to be the side for the Stella Starlet one, this one here. And even though it looks plain on this part here, it isn't actually all that plain. Let's have a little bit of a look at the, quite a nice colour. And there is a few things going on some of these. I don't know how well it's going to come up, but things like just around here, etc. There's a few of those. And it might even have a bit of flame going through it as well, I'm not sure. Fair bit of sanding to go yet before we see that. But that'll be the sides. You see, I like to not waste materials, so I've got two sides on each of these. Make use of almost all the wood if I can. So I'm going to sand everything down, cut them out, and get ready for the bending, and hopefully get it in the mould before too long. So if you think you're interested in Stella Starlet as your guitar in the future, just remember to subscribe. And like all my guitars in the future, they will come with a 360 gram Toblerone. It may not be exactly 360 grams because maybe some of it might have been consumed before then. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you later.